CBS 2 Sports with Zach Hanley.
New Year's, same Kevin Lehman. We're talking hoops, and let's do some New Year's resolutions. Do you have any?
How about Nick Easley? 8 catches, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. King of the field, captain of the ship, and the Outback Bowl MVP. You'd think on such a big stage, there'd be some, right? Not for these Hawks. No nerves, just confidence. I have to ask you, how are you going to get this thing home? It's not going to fit in your wallet.
After that Iowa State game, they seemed to improve, and they got 6 starters back. Are they that defense?
Capped off a series sweep against Maryland on the conference's biggest stage. And the Hawkeyes proved without a doubt they're the best in the Big Ten.
Normally on draft night, the guys dress to the nine with customized suits, socks, and pocket squares. TJ Hawkinson is not one of those guys. This is him in his Iowa football bio picture. And this is him on draft night. It's the same suit. And if you're a Lions fan, that's great because Hawkinson is all business.
To get into the gym for the games that were happening tonight, you need a ticket. And that doesn't happen until you meet Verdine, AP's ticket taker. She's been doing the job for over 30 years, and it's not just basketball. She does football games, volleyball games, soccer games, wrestling matches, and even the school plays. She's the first smiling face you see once you walk in the door, and the 84-year-old has no plans on slowing down.
Remember on Sesame Street when they'd introduce the number of the day? Well, for the Iowa women's basketball team, the number of the day is 13, and no, it wasn't unlucky. First road trip of the season for Bluter's bunch, Megan Gustafson didn't seem to mind. She didn't miss a shot from the floor. Gustafson went 13 for 13, setting a new school record and Big Ten record. She finished with 29 and 12. Speaking of that number of the day, the Hawks dropped in 13 triples. Mackenzie Meyer had 5 and added in 21 points. Now Hannah Stewart, well, she scored 14 points, which is one more than 13. I know, I'm stretching it. Iowa cruises to 2-0. All the talk heading into Saturday was about the Indiana offense and how dynamic their quarterback is. Peyton Ramsey can throw it and he can run it. Well, what about Nate Stanley? He's coming off a 314-yard, 4-touchdown performance. Oh, by the way, that Hoosier defense isn't that good. Stan the man, very good today. So good, he's got his own TD counter. The first one, to TJ Hawkinson on Iowa's first drive of the game. Talk about starting fast. And on their second drive of the game, well, here's number 2. This one to Noah Fant, so both tight ends were happy campers. The Iowa men playing in the 2K Classic Championship game, and that's what they did to UConn's head coach. Well, Tyler Cook did that to UConn's head coach because he brought the bounce to the Garden. And when you're dunking on fools like that, you make coaches' faces look like this.
All right, you guys ready? Set.
2 teams, 43 games, and 0 losses.
Not very many school districts come to 43 basketball games and never see their team lose.
Done by 2 different styles of winning.
Keep moving it.
The guys light up the scoreboard.
They are the fastest team I've ever seen play. They don't really have many weaknesses.
Good pass.
We're going to run, and if you can't keep up with us, it's going to be trouble.
Averaging 93 points per game.
Honestly, we don't talk about points. We talk about tempo.
While breaking the century mark 5 times this season.
If you look down at your phone or something for 1 second, you miss 6 points, you got to go back 15 seconds, you scored 9 points in that 15-second span or something crazy like that.
When we're hitting on all cylinders and we're making shots, it's almost like it's effortless.
The girls
Work hard now. Work hard.
lock you up on defense,
They're really physical compared to most girls' teams. Nobody pushes our girls around.
holding their opponents to under 25 points 11 times this year.
Step through. Good.
We're really long and we're quick, so that's what we go and we try to steal every ball that we can.
We want to stop every time. We don't like to let the other team score, and they take pride in it.
Just like the Lynx do in each other.
When it comes down to it, they're big supporters of us, and we really support them.
Which is the most important part of North Lynn's winning combination.
Foot on the line. Go.
West Delaware wrestling
Nothing's harder than what you're doing in here.
Double, double, double.
is different than most.
When you walk into this room, you got to be ready to wrestle.
Ready to go.
And Jeff Voss gets his guys locked in with his 4 principles.
1, I'm thankful for the opportunity to wrestle. 2, I'm aggressive and relentless. 3, I have no fear of losing or making mistakes. 4, I never ever give up.
That they recite daily.
1, 2, 3.
We use those every day. Say them twice a day before and after practice, and we wrestle by those each and every match.
We found the more you tell yourself something, the more you believe it. So
We start every practice with that, and we finish every practice with that, so we have that mindset when we come in and when we leave.
But the Hawks don't just read them,
Good.
they live by them.
Those are things that we really live by up here, and not just in the wrestling room. I know for me, like, it's carried
I'm
on.
gonna use that mindset in about everything I do. You're always trying to push yourself to be better. You're never giving up, and I can use all 4 of those to make myself better as an individual.
Get your knee up. There.
And that's the most important part to Voss.
Those 4 principles can go into anything, into your job, into your marriage, into being a father. You can take all those things outside of the sport of wrestling, and we really want that to be part of our culture.
One that builds better people first,
Good effort.
then better wrestlers.
That's it.
Jarrett Molman was born with spina bifida. As you can see, it hasn't slowed him down. He's a beast in the weight room and a stud on the track. This weekend, the 16-time state qualifier will wrap up his career at Lisbon, and it's been a ride to remember.
Set.
It all started with a video.
Coach Boxers came up to me one day and showed me a video of some wheelchair athletes at the state track meet.
His eyes just got huge, and he said, "Is that something that I could do?" And I said, "Absolutely."
And from that moment on,
I said, hey, give it a try, because it's the only sport that I could get involved in.
Jarrett Molman's been hooked on track.
That's the best thing about track is there's an event for everyone.
For the past 4 years, Molman stuck to the plan.
Just work hard in practice and in the weight room.
No matter what.
He's never complained. If you look at what we're working with here, we got dirt on the road. We have absolutely no track facility. The kid he's worked out on a track maybe 10 times his whole career.
And his plan has not only paid off on the track.
Yeah, it's very inspiring. Not every kid that's in a wheelchair, I don't think, will try to put themselves out there.
But it's left a lasting impression on his team.
I can't wait to watch him finish out this week, and it's going to be bittersweet. I'll probably have a couple tears.
Lisbon's a great community, and they have a great track program. And I'm glad I got to be a part of it these last 4 years.
For a ride Molman and the Lions will never forget.